So look, what's going on, y'all? It's Upper Echelon Capital. Look, I just want to make a video today just on holding companies and tax strategy, okay? I know this is a little bit different from a lot of the other videos that I make because I have a lot of videos about credit. But once again, I'm an overall business consultant, so I'm just here to help y'all out in any way that I can, okay? So look, I want to talk about this because if you have multiple hustles, right? If you got multiple streams of income, you got multiple side hustles, businesses that, you beginning, right? All right. Or that you have, right? Having a holding company might be one of the best things that you can do for yourself to go ahead and preserve your wealth. And today I actually want to talk about why. Okay. There's two main reasons why a lot of wealthy people, actually have holding companies. All right. Which are a little bit different than parent companies. All right. And we're going to go into corporate strategy literally all this week. I'm making all videos on corporate strategy this week. And if you want my full breakdown on corporate strategy and how to set up your business, not just having an LLC and stuff like that and business credit, which a lot of people tell you, which is fine, but it's a lot more there because once you start making income, you really want to start preserving it and live as tax-free as you possibly can. Okay. So if you want the full game on this, Upper Echelon University, we are coming out with 20 new courses this week. All right. That will be added to the university, y'all. All right. So if y'all is looking to go ahead and tap in with this new corporate strategy, learn how to really structure your business and learn how to protect your business once income is coming in, guess what? Just go ahead and comment or DM the word university and my team will get right with you. All right. Well, let's get right into the video. So we talking about holding companies, right? What is a holding company? Okay. So a holding company basically, right, is a company that will simply own part of a subsidiary company. All right. So let's say, for example, right, I'm down here in South Africa, right? I set up a holding company. All right. It's an investment company, basically, right? For all the different businesses that I run here in South Africa. Okay. So I have a hookah business, right? I have a fish farming business where we farm fish, right? I have a business where I sell furniture. All right. I partner with somebody on that. All right. I have another business where I sell carpets, low designer type of carpets like Louis Vuitton, Gucci, Amiri, stuff like that, and put like patterns on it and I resell it, right? So look, because I have 4 businesses, right? When I came down here and I got situated with my business lawyer, one of the first things that we did was we made my holding company. Okay. So my holding company, right? Cause I have four businesses, right? My holding company basically is going to be a company where I can funnel all of the assets and revenue from my 4 businesses. All right. That actively make me income. Okay. So when those 4 businesses is actively making me income, right, then I can funnel all of the assets and revenue to my holding company. All right. So with my holding company, what I'm going to do is, right, at the end of the year, when taxes come, this is what we're talking about, right? It's taxable income. Okay, guys. So down here, and this is the same thing that down here applies in the United States as well. All right. So when you're there's 2 advantages, right? The first advantage we're going to talk about is a consolidated tax return. Okay. So a consolidated tax return, right? Basically for a holding company, right? If your holding company owns 80% of the subsidiary companies, which is, let's say, for example, my holding company owns more than 80% of control in my 4 businesses that I run down here, right? That I have, right? You can file a consolidated tax return. What that means is you can file one tax return, right? One big tax return for all 4 businesses. All right. And I know you might be thinking, why would this be an advantage? Why would this help me? Right? So this is going to help you because with this, right? The consolidated tax return means that if you can prove losses or prove deductions, all right, from any of these subsidiary companies, right, it's going to lessen the amount of taxable income that you have on paper. All right. So just get with your accountant, you know what I'm saying? Get with your business lawyer, whoever you got, right? And make sure that all deductions are put on that consolidated tax return. All right. Because if you can prove these deductions, right, then you're going to be able to lessen the amount of taxable income. All right. So let me put it this way, right? Let's say one of your businesses is making a lot of money, right? But the other 3 are not really making a lot of money, right? But you're spending a lot on paper and you can prove that you spent a lot on paper, right? For those other 3 companies. Then the losses and the lack of revenue from these 3 companies, right, is going to also offset the income from your one company. All right. So it's going to make it look like, because it's a consolidated return, you got one company that was making a lot of revenue, right? But you got three companies where you spent money or can prove that you spent money, right? And had expenses and didn't really make any revenue, right? So that's going to offset the amount of income that was made by that one company, right? So under your holding company that owns your four companies, right? When you file that one consolidated tax return, it's going to show, hey, he didn't really make anything. All right. Because you got the one company that was making some bread, but you got three companies that you can prove that you spent money, but didn't really get any type of income, from those companies. So on that one consolidated tax return, it's going to show like he didn't really make that much. Right. So that's one huge, huge advantage. Okay. So I want to talk about the second one, right? The second one is called dividend return deductions. All right. Dividend return deductions. All a dividend is, right, when it comes to a holding company and its subsidiaries, right, is gonna be basically money that is sent to the holding company. All right. So let's say that you got your four businesses, right? And you got your one holding company, right? Whatever, let's say for your one business, let's just give me an example for mine, right? For my business where I got rugs, right? Whatever money I send from that business bank account into my holding company, right? That's a dividend. All right. So that income that I funnel from any of my businesses, right? Any of my hustles that I got to my holding company is a dividend. Okay. So what's going to happen is, right, with that dividend, now I can claim a deduction on my taxes. All right. And let me tell you how, right? So because once again, just make sure that you go ahead and consult with your tax people or your accountant, you know what I mean, to make sure that in your jurisdiction it's working. But in the US, definitely I know it's working, right? Down here, I know it's definitely working, right? What's going to happen is you can go ahead and claim a deduction for that amount, right? So once it's already sent over to your holding company, what's going to happen is once your holding company owns 80% or more of the subsidiary companies, if it has 80% or more control over your, companies that are actively operating, right? Then you can claim up to a 100% deduction in income, right? So what that means is your holding company, when it's time to file taxes and stuff like that, the dividends that you sent from your companies that are actively operating and making you money, right? You send it to the holding company. The holding company can claim a deduction, 100% deduction in income, all right? 100% deduction in income because it's a dividend that was sent to a holding company. So once your holding company filed taxes at the end of the year and you claiming 100% deduction in income, right? Because you're allowed to with the dividend reduction, right? That means that you can literally prove on paper that you didn't make anything, even though you know that you had, you put some bread in your pocket at the end of the year. All right. So that's really a crazy way to go ahead and, save on taxes, you know what I mean? And not have to, pay taxes. You know what I mean? I'm not here to tell anybody to do any type of tax evasion or anything like that, but it's definitely ways that a lot of wealthy people is getting around paying taxes on income, right? Nobody want to pay capital gains tax. Nobody want to pay tax on money that you spent, your time and effort to go ahead and earn, right? So that was really just some quick sauce on, holding companies and why people use them. I'm using one right now while I'm here in South Africa, operating business because it's smart to go ahead and use. Once you start making money and you got a lot of different businesses and hustles that you want to do, you're able to funnel that money into a holding company, right? And with your holding company, you're able to go ahead and claim those dividends that you funnel, that money that you funnel into the holding company, right? And the holding company is housing the money, right? You can deduct that from the taxable income of the holding company. And you only need to file one tax return for your holding company that owns all of your businesses. So you can prove on paper that you literally did not make anything, even though you put some bread in your pocket for it. So with that being said, y'all, if y'all like these type of videos and stuff like that, I got a lot more coming out on corporate strategy because I know that sounded like a lot. And a lot of people, I don't feel like a lot of people are going to grasp everything that I'm saying. So as soon as I get back to my office, which is going to be in the next few days, I'm going to go chalkboard. I'm going to go whiteboard. I'm going to go old school. And we really going to go over everything. I'm going to make sure that everything is written down. I'm going to have some presentations done for y'all where I can go over literally the whole corporate strategy of how you want to set everything up so you can be successful. And if you know that you like more videos like this and that you want to go ahead and just get, more of an in-depth one-on-one with me as far as how you can go ahead and set everything up, right? Then look, Upper Echelon University, man, just go ahead and comment mentorship or DM mentorship under this post, right? And my team will go ahead and get you settled. We'll go ahead and get you started as far as enrolling you in a program. And then you'll have access to me one-on-one, where we'll be able to go over some of these topics in great detail. All right. So with that being said, y'all, I appreciate y'all tapping into this video, and peace out.